Both going?
Yeah.
Ghetts, I fucking love you. Ghetts is the GOAT, I don't give a fuck. Ghetts, you are the GOAT of all GOATs. You're the best rapper in the country by a country mile. And Conflict of Interest is the best album for this year. And it'll probably be the best album for the next 5 years.
Ghetts is fucking sick, man. Like, if you saw mine or Jack's story, went on for a bit of time, so big up yourself if you hung around till the end. It's just a masterpiece, bro.
Masterpiece. Start to finish. What a geezer as well.
Such a sound guy.
What a geezer.
Like, you don't see that side, and like, I'm only lucky to see it for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but what a geezer, man. He was so nice.
So nice. I've worked with a lot of artists before, yeah, like, met quite a few, and like a lot of them are always alright. A lot of them are sound, but like, he showed like real personality, and like he was interested in what we was up to.
Trust.
And he was just a sound guy, and what a fucking performance.
And he's fucking sick as well.
And he's fucking
The
sick.
performance was mad. All different types of like such a contrast of music. Like, you know what I mean? There's so much going on, especially in the album, and not even just tracks off the album that weren't on there as well. That he was spitting, mate. It was just mad.
It's like,
Slow your mind down.
it's like he started the show, like he came on with like the introductory track from Conflict of Interest, yeah, and I think that's called Fine Wine. You know, listen to that, like, check that out, and like he started with that, which is what I expected him to do. To be fair, because like the closing lines, like, I've had you here for way too long, now hear the rest of the album, please. Like, so that was like pretty self-explanatory. That was obviously going to happen, but like he did bits from the new album, and then it was all lively and jumpy, and then he whips a stool out, didn't he? And then he does all the slow ones, which I still enjoyed, to be fair. It's something, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, trust 100%. Like, I enjoyed all of it, mate.
And then next minute he does a grime cypher and sends the fucking.
Yeah, everyone's going mad.
Everyone's going
Next
so
minute,
mad.
his boys, the right of us, fucking just disappears, and then he's in the middle of the box pit.
Yeah.
That was fucking joke, that, mate.
Yeah.
He kept going, I'm gonna get down there, mate. And then I look down, yeah, and he's jumping over the barrier, you can see like his hoodie up. And he's like, I'm jumping in the middle of everyone, he gets his hand pointing at him like that. Bro, it was mad. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
So
And then-
crazy.
Oh mate, it was just so good. That was 100%, yeah, the best show I've ever been to. 100% the best show I've ever been to. Like, 1,000,000%.
I've got goldfish memory, me, so I can't remember a lot. But that's 100% one of the best shows I've been to, without a shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt. Just because of how sound he was, and how mint he was, and
Yeah.
we just had a mint time all the way through.
I mean,
So convenient as well with a bar right there. You know, it's little things like that help as well.
yeah. I mean, I
No
drove.
queues and shit.
I drove, unfortunately. But like, even like, I mean, we've seen Skepta, sick. Like for me, like Skepta stands out. Loyal Kana was amazing when I saw him. Out of the box, but Paolo Martini was mad when I saw him.
I knew you were going to say
He was actually sick, and I'm going to go and see him again when he does his new tour. But like, for me, Ghetts is like goated. For me, I said me before Conflict of Interest even came out that it was going to be the best album of the year, and like, I thought it was, and then I thought there was other contenders that came out that were massively challenging it, i.e. Pot of Papers tape is fucking mint. I enjoy that so much, still do. But like, after the show on Sunday night, that's just like completely certified for me. That's got to be the best album of the year, 100%.
See, as amazing as it was, and as much as I love Ghetts and how good it was, yeah, I think Potters is still better.
Do you?
Album wise, yeah. And if we saw a Pot of Paper live, then maybe like show. I don't know if we could put a better show on than that.
I don't think there's better performers than that. Because even Skepta, who's been in the game just as long as Ghetts, like, his performance wasn't as good as Ghetts.
Yeah, and on stage wise, like stage presence and just the variety of music, which comes from the album anyway, was mega. So, but album wise,
I think I've been thinking anyway. At the end of the year, like in late December, I want to do a sit down and we both go away and write down our top 10 albums of the year.
10's a good number, because I can imagine we'll have a lot similar. Maybe we'll have to have an order.
I
won't have the same order.
can imagine we'll have some similar but some quite different at the same time.
Yeah, we will. UK albums.
UK, strictly UK.
That takes quite a few of my albums out of the equation. So
Yeah, I think we go strictly UK.
okay.
We'll do that like,
Any genre.
yeah, maybe we do that. Maybe start of Jan, end of December. We'll do that.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it end of December and release it for Jan.
Right. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll sit down and do that.
You heard it here first.
100%. I mean, if the people are interested in knowing what music we listen to anyway, like, you can get some tips. If you agree with us or disagree with us on the order that we pick, you can always say, you know what I mean, you can just DM us or whatever and let us know what your opinions are. But for me, like, Ghetts is the GOAT, man. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. And his entire, like, I said this to Ghetts, like, when we met him, like, his entire, like, catalogue of music is insane. And, like, when he released Ghetto Gospel, the New Testament, the album that he released before this one that came out this year, like, I think that is sick. But he's sick. I said it to him. Like, you've leveled up even from that, and he even admitted it himself. Like, he was like, "Yeah, I feel like I have too." Like,
He said it, and he said he's in the best place. Before the show, he was like, "I'm in the best place I've been." Like, you're in for a mint show. And I think what helped it as well, which I'm sure a lot of artists like him, some big ones will, but not a lot of artists like him who are in that genre will have a live band on, and the live band like just goes mad with it as well.
yeah. Like when we said when we was driving to the show, we said that, like, even when we saw Wretch 3-2, his show was mint.
Yeah,
he was sick, and he had a band.
Yeah, he had a band. That's what I mean. Yeah, I can imagine him and Ghetts having one, and like that caliber of artist in a way. Like, I don't know, like Pot of Paper wouldn't have a band.
Nah.
You know what I mean? Like Heady One wouldn't have a band.
Nah.
You know what I mean? Millions wouldn't have a band.
Millions wouldn't have a band.
Defo wouldn't have a band. They could all do other bands, but you know what I mean? Like, but they have different variety as well, don't they, on their albums? You know what I mean? How they have, like Wretch and Ghetts.
Yeah.
It's just different.
But even a bit of a mad one, like when I saw Professor Green a few years ago, he had a band.
Yeah, I can imagine Professor Green having a band.
And that was good.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ghetts, I fucking love you, bro.
Big up Ghetts. But you're watching this, which I think you might do one day. The show was fucking mint. Thanks.
Fucking mint. Like, I keep looking back at my videos, me like 3 times a day, like since like yesterday and today, like I've just been watching the videos. Like when I get a spare 5 minutes, I just go back on and just watch them.
I just got that blurry pic, me. My heart's sunk, man, but
This year at camp.
yeah, and it's tell one about that.
Have the people ever done that? Yeah, where like you've met someone famous, yeah, and like not got a pic with them when you wanted to get a pic with them. Like, has that ever happened to anyone?
I've done that. I can't think of who, but I'm sure I've like seen someone famous, but like just not wanted to get a pic with them just out of like respect almost. You know what I mean?
I think it depends on the environment.
Yeah, sure.
If you see someone famous, like
walking the street with like the family and that,
or like a restaurant.
Yeah,
you're not going to do it.
Yeah.
But
like some man, like, I know some people will do because I've seen it before. But I wouldn't do it.
I was talking about that. Yeah, I listened to a podcast the other day with Joe Rogan, one with Kevin Hart. It's pretty joke, to be fair. Like Kevin Hart was like, have you listened to it? Kevin Hart's in like in a restaurant, and like, because obviously that's a different level of fame when you're Kevin Hart. He's famous all over the world, yeah. He said he was in a restaurant, right, and he's got up and he's walking to the toilet, yeah, because he said that he bad needed a shit. Like he said he said he needed a shit, like proper bad. And he's walking through to the toilet, and then this a guy comes up to him and goes, "Oh, like Kevin, like, please can we get a picture?" Like, Kevin Hart's like, yeah, of course, but let us go to the toilet first. And he's like, yeah, cool. And he follows Kevin Hart into the toilet, and then Kevin Hart goes in the cubicle, yeah, like has a shit or whatever, and then comes out and washes his hand, looks to his left, the guy just stood there in the toilet, yeah, waiting for him to finish his shit. And then he's like, right, cool, let's get the picture. And Kevin Hart's like, no, like, not here, we're in the bathroom, like, let's just go stand up there, like, I'm not going anywhere, like. But some people, like, that's what I mean, like, when you see someone famous, like, you might not, that's probably going to be your only chance to ever see them. So I do understand it, but, like, for me, would I follow someone super famous into the toilet while they have a shit and wait for them? No, I'd wait outside the toilet.
I'd be embarrassed to do that, mate.
Yeah.
Like, fully would be. Why would you want to follow someone, like, even if you didn't know they were going to have a shit? But, like, you just wouldn't follow them into the toilet anyway, it's just weird.
It's even more awkward when they have a shit.
Innit? Yeah, obviously, I'm assuming that guy didn't know they were going to have a shit, he was going to have a shit, but still, like, just wait outside. If he said, yeah, give him a picture, just wait outside, unless you needed to piss yourself.
Yeah.
Or shit yourself. Shit yourself.
Or if you need to shit yourself.
Yeah, you need to shit yourself.
But
man, just fucking.
It's mental. It actually is mental.
But sometimes when people meet people, as we've experienced before, like I think it was your mum who said it. You should never meet your idols, innit?
Yeah.
And like we bumped into people and like asked them for pictures.
Like Octavian.
Yeah, that's who I was saying. Read that, Octavian. Where's your music at, lad? Yeah.
Drop some music on Spotify, lad. Oh wait.
Drop a track, lad. I was retirement.
Fucking knobhead.
Old man. Got bars though, but you.
Yeah, you are sick.
Yeah, yeah, man. We appreciate you in it, but you're still a fucking prick for that time.
He actually is a knobhead.
Innit? He actually is a knobhead.
He actually is a knobhead. He's
Yeah.
a full-blown knobhead. I'm not even asked about saying it. The guy's a knobhead.
You adored him as well.
I did. I was his biggest fan.
I know.
To be fair though, as I say, I've met him twice. The first time I met him, he was wired.
Oh wow, yeah. So
He
he was sound then?
He was wired. And that was in Barcelona, and I was like over this like fence thing, and I was just like started chatting to him, and he was sound. But then the second time, he was an absolute prick.
Just wanted to fuck his bird, didn't he?
That was the girl that he then went on to beat up.
Yeah, I know. Lemons, mate. You know what I mean? Fucking how they taste, pal.
So yeah. But what was I gonna say then? I forgot.
Pictures. Kevin Hart in the bathroom.
Yeah, we've done. Mate, I've had like the maddest weekend ever. Like.
Yeah, trust me, fucking
maddest weekend. We went that thing on Thursday, so we went to the MCQ and Northern Quarters event in Manchester at Frat Island. Big up Lancey Foux, big up IAMDDB, both lovely people. Got some sick interviews from them. Mate, that interview that I did with Lancey Foux was super strange.
Yeah, it was strange, weren't it? Like we said at first, we didn't know it was going to take a turn for a worse. But then it just...
Yeah.
It was in depth, I guess. Just like,
no, it was a good interview.
Was it... Could you hear him on your
Yeah,
phone?
I can hear him, it's fine, yeah.
Just about, I reckon.
Yeah, I can make out what he says. Which
he was chatting and then he was like, just went...
Yeah, it was weird, like... If you don't know who Lancey Foux is, like, go check him out. He's a very acquired sound. Like, he's very acquired, like... He's very Marmite, I'd say.
Seeing him live though is mad, like... He's very, like... If you listen to his music over, you know, streaming and that, like, it might take a bit of time to get used to, but seeing him live, like when you see him perform live and you see him do the tracks, like you appreciate it so much more.
Yeah, he was sick live.
100%.
But like I said to the woman that was like dealing with the lady, I should say, that was dealing with the like the whole situation of me going into his dressing room and speaking to him and whatnot. And like I said, made a point of because when he turned up, there were like 20 man deep.
Yeah, just
easy, like 20 people in there, like. All smoking and stuff, which is cool, but I made a point and said, look, listen, like, I'm doing this interview, I need it to be quiet in there. It's either like everyone's super quiet or everyone needs to come out. Like, that's how it works. If I can't hear the interview when I read it back, I need to write it out. There's no point in even doing it, sort of thing. And then we go in the thing into the dressing room, and everyone's just stood there, super silent at me. Which it was cool, but I've never experienced something like that ever in my life. It was
it was West. I appreciate it, like respect to him for being quiet, innit, at least.
Yeah.
And like, it was joke because he was doing the interview, and like, bear man was just passing Zeus, and halfway through the interview, like, the guy just went like that, and like, slid his Zeus over to him, and he's like, come on. And I took it, like, just a little dragon, and just hold it there, I was laughing a bit off me. And bro, what I can't believe is that he's a fucking City fan.
Yeah, he's a City fan.
He's a City fan.
Big up Lancey Foux, he's a City fan.
Bro, I was in that room with me, and he was like, yeah, because you asked him the question, what do you think of the City? And he went, I support City. Like, what? He's like, you're a City fan? Like, yeah, so am I. And this other guy was like, yeah, I'm a City fan. It was like quiet in the room, and I was like, who's a United fan in here then? And everyone just stayed quiet, and I was like, oh no. And this one guy went, you a United fan? I went, yeah. He went, my brother. I was like, yes.
And someone said something, he was like, who support? He's like, he dead sad, he just went, Arsenal, bro.
Yeah.
Dead sad.
You support Arsenal. I was like, boo. Funny that though, mate. It was funny. Good times.
IAMDDB, I think I fell in love with her, to be fair.
Yeah, mate.
What a beautiful woman.
Lovely woman. Very
sensational woman.
Really nice, great voice.
Do you see her teeth?
No. Are they nice?
Oh.
10/10.
Bro.
Been Turkey.
You don't. It's rare that you look at someone and go,
you've got nice
teeth. Bro, her teeth were like.
I always think that.
They were insane, bro.
Really?
They were like They were just. You can tell it weren't Turkish. They were clearly veneers.
Yeah.
If they're not, I'm sorry.
Get some bad boys in Turkey, mate. But she probably didn't have to fly.
She's defo got the expensive ones from London or somewhere. Like she ones in the UK definitely because her teeth were like.
She got wedge, hasn't she? So.
Sensational, mate. Like.
Sensational.
Yeah, she was insane.
Yeah, she's a lovely woman. Very really nice person. Great performer. So big up her.
Yeah.
And she's very multicultural, as we discovered.
Yeah, very multicultural.
So, you can tell why the music's good and she's doing well.
Yeah.
Big up IAMDDB.
And then finally to round off the weekend, pretty much, I went to Warehouse Project on 2 hours sleep on Friday night. I don't even do Warehouse Project like that, to be fair. I don't even go to raves like that. If you know me, you know that's not me, but it was for work and we was giving Jamie XX a jacket. Interesting character. Very interesting character.
What was he like? Was he a bit of a West nut?
West nuts are probably the wrong term to use, but
yeah, I don't want to.
It was just a bit like he wasn't rude. Like he wasn't rude. He was having a conversation, but you know when you just can't quite put your finger on something. Do you know what I mean? Like it was something like.
How did the encounter go?
We just walked up to his dressing room and went in.
Passing the jacket.
It wasn't like James was the lead man there.
Yeah.
Big up James.
Yeah.
But yeah, strange. But we met her, bro. There's quite a few famous people there, to be fair, yeah. But the most famous person there was Francis. What's his face? The train guy.
The train guy.
I mean, if you
don't
don't
see bare shit of him, bro, on Warehouse Project and that. They did a thing about him as well. They put a post on about him.
Yeah. Webb's put one of his TikToks here. Like, watch that if you don't know him.
If you don't know him, mate, you're sleeping because everyone knows this train guy now. The joke thing about him is that fucking thing he wears on his head, isn't it?
Yeah, we had that one.
He's like,
he's well tall as well.
Is it?
Well tall, he's like 6'1".
Do you think he gets birds in?
Yes.
Do you reckon?
Yes.
Fit ones?
They were swarming him.
Yeah, but are they fit though?
Alright. Nice.
I mean,
they were swarming him.
Yeah, of course they were.
Everyone wants 15 minutes of fame.
Everyone wants a piece of train guy, yeah, because he's a cool guy, innit? Like everyone likes him, and his videos are good, innit? But like, do you reckon he's taking birds home?
He's gonna make a TikTok of the jackets.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, did you give him one?
Yeah. Well, we sent him one today.
Oh, right, nice.
Sick, that, innit?
That's sick.
Do you know what I mean? It's pretty cool. It's joking.
That's mega. That's mint exposure.
Isn't it?
Well good. Imagine him on the train line, like fucking puffing out. Yeah. You can see him in a leather though.
No, he's got a leather.
Yeah, you can see him in a leather jacket, can't you?
He's actually been sent that one that I wore on Thursday. Not that exact one, but the same.
Yeah.
But yeah, but that's one thing that I wanted to talk about. Yeah, is that girls and boys, but from what I saw over the weekend, especially, like a lot of girls want to attach themselves to males simply because of who they are. Do you know what I mean? Because they've got a bit of stature to them.
Clout chasers, man.
Clout chasers.
You know what I mean? Especially, and I know, like a specific experience that you're talking about as well from Sunday. Like even one there, but like if they see you in an elevated status there, not even like trying to say like that, but if they see you with these people and they assume that you can open some doorways for them and they want to hang with you and like.
It's because they had a comment. So we went when we went out on Thursday. We seen these women, and then I got speaking to one at the bar, just general chit chat, small talk while I was at the bar or whatnot, like waiting for a drink. And then she was like, "Oh, what?" I was like, "What do you do?" She's like, "What do you do?" I told her what I did, and then she's like, "All right, sick, ma." And then we see you again on Sunday, and then she was like, "Oh yeah, we've heard there's an after," because she knew that I'd just met Ghetts and just spoke to Ghetts and whatnot or whatever. And she went, "Oh yeah, we've heard there's an after party like fucking sponging." And I was like, "There's not an after party. Like I just spoke to him. There's not an after party, but that's what they're looking for." And especially like bit of a flex. We went to Lancey Foux after party, didn't we? Yeah. And there was a million of them there as well. Like
sure.
You can just tell that there's like people that were just, which is cool. Like I understand why you do it, but like from the outside looking in, when you can see exactly what these people are trying to do, like it's just a bit tragic. Like it's not a good look.
Just, I mean, like it's weird, isn't it? Like obviously we were there, we had a good time and that at Lancey's thing, but like you said, like there's some girls there. But to be fair, like they could know him, but you knew that probably some of them didn't know him. And
them also some definitely didn't know him.
They were just trying to leech on and just go for that. But if that's the way they roll, if that's how it works for them.
And I'm sure they get a lot of success because they were good, they were attractive girls.
They were good looking girls, I'm not gonna lie. One girl had like half blonde hair and half dark hair, and it was a mad flex.
Yeah.
And one bird had a juicy tracksuit on.
See, did you?
Nah, bro, hey, don't get me wrong, she weren't 10-10, but the bunda, right.
Yeah, but it was sensational.
It was mad.
It was.
Sensational. It was mad, even though like, she was actually sound, and she was from Charlton, so.
Oh yeah.
And you could tell, but she told us she was from Charlton. But
She went to me. She went, "Where you from?" I went, "Oh, same side." She went, "Oh, fake Manchester Ben." I went, never said I was from Manchester. I went, I said I was from the same side. So, "Oh, you fucking plastic." I was like, "Right, never said I wasn't." Like, chill out.
She was like, "Yeah, I'm from Charlton." I was like, "Yeah, I can tell."
You fucking bloke. You fucking rugby player.
She well wanted to scrap her.
Fucking set her ass, mate.
I trust.
It's like, right, good for you, like, good, right, I never said I wasn't, so I was fucking same side, like, whatever.
Man, clout chaser, man. I hope she didn't watch this. If you do, yeah.
You know who you are, innit?
That one, mate, you know what I mean? Yeah, she was sound to be fair, obviously, besides the parents about Tameside and that, well, you specifically, not me, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, man, these girls, like, yes, obviously, they obviously didn't know him because.
100% didn't know him.
Charlton.
100% didn't know him.
In London.
I feel, but to be fair, yeah, I feel, yeah, like, these musicians, they'll definitely go, like, after party, right, and then, for example, they'll go, right, if I'm Lancey Foux, I'll go to my mates who are just here, go find some pretty girls,
yeah.
Invite them to the hotel, we're all going and having fun,
True.
which is sick, and to be fair, you would do that.
Well, why wouldn't you do that? Not in like a derogatory way,
You would.
just makes the party better, doesn't it?
Yeah,
A
like,
a gaff full of lads or a couple chicas there, you know what I mean? It helps, doesn't it?
yeah, it's
Good vibes.
different energies come together, it just makes for a better night, like 100%. Like and lads, there's nothing worse than a sausage fest. Do you know what I mean? We know that, like, it's dead, like, it is dead, like.
Fully dead. There's only so long you can chat to the man now.
Yeah, there's only so long you can sit and have a laugh, and then eventually, like,
Yeah.
right, okay, we do need some ladies here, 'cause we just need to mix it up a bit, like.
Trust me. But these gal, man.
Yeah.
If that's how you roll, innit? You do your thing.
Yeah.
Just, you know, don't start doming people when you get there, thinking you're big on it, but you don't even know them.
That's true. And as well, like, people think they're super certified just because they're there, but realistically, they're not really that certified. I don't like that either. People that think you see it a lot. People are in a certain space and they think because they're in that space, they think they're sick.
Yeah,
It's like, no, just be yourself, like.
I say that's what's good about us, even when we do go to these events, like, we're always like really, not humble, but like, we're always mega polite and like, always,
Just have a laugh, like, we normally do.
we just be ourselves in it, we just chat around and like, we socialise, and we speak to people how we'd speak to anyone if we just
Yeah.
gaff, you know what I mean?
No, that's it. Like, we'll act the exact same way in the local pub than we will do.
Yeah, trust. But I think that's why we always end up chatting to people. We get good contacts and good people. Like even that guy, I can't remember his name. We were chatting to, showing his music. It was pretty good, and hopefully he comes on the pod. My man.
Yeah, we made friends with a guy. Yeah, what's his called?
What's he called now? He
I think it is
had a
Dreadlock.
mad trim, like dreadlocks.
He's got a cool look.
Yeah, he was an edgy guy, man, and he was tanning my watermelon elf bar, but I offered it him, and it was calm. But he was cool.
Ronnie Zion.
That's it, Ronnie.
Ronnie Zion. He's originally from Bradford.
Is it?
Yeah, I did some
Shit, I didn't know that.
Did some research and moved to
He
Manchester.
lives in Manny now, doesn't he?
Yeah, but he's got 2 tunes on his Spotify, like, and he's super like on the come up, like he's super like low key right now. He's got 2 tracks, one called London, but it's spelled Londun, and one called Dots, and they're bangers. I really rated them. He's very. You can tell why he was at Lancey Foux.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
he fits the bill like that, doesn't he? You can tell.
But he's very different to Lancey Foux in the same way. Like Ronnie, we've not asked you yet, but you're gonna come on the pod, bro. And I think he will come on the pod. He's an interesting character as well.
He was sound as fuck as well, mate. He was a really nice guy.
He's got a cool look.
Yeah, he was a cool look. Crazy hair, man. Crazy hair.
Crazy hair.
The dreadlocks, man. It was like dreads, but like the thick dreads when they're like that wide, like and like spiking off, man. But like back, like I was in awe, me. I was like, right. Imagine me with that trim. Crazy.
Pro clubs job, that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Trust me, literally, that's the way I get that trim.
Yeah.
But hopefully he comes on the pod.
Yeah, I'm seeing K Rico tomorrow as well.
Oh shit,
He's coming in the office. Well, he was supposed to come in yesterday, he was supposed to come in today, but he's coming tomorrow now, apparently, so.
Nice.
So hopefully, yeah, K Rico's going to come on the pod Rooney as well.
Get him lined up as well.
Which is good as well.
Oh.
two things as well that I want to talk about that are completely different. One of which, do you hear about that car that blew up in Liverpool?
Yes.
Bro, why is it not being spoke about?
It was spoke about.
Not much.
I seen it on Sky News. Though. What I seen was spoke about was they're investigating it, and they declared it was a terrorist attack, and the guy had links to like jihadi groups or something like that. So wasn't mad.
But he locked a guy in his car with him and just blew it up.
So I seen some shit about this, yeah, and the guy was in hospital. He's out of hospital now, and like his missus was saying that they're flattered by all the things that's gone on. Like apparently he was a hero and stuff like that. But I think that he didn't actually know what was going on.
No. What happened was, I swear, the terrorist was in there and they locked him in the car, thinking that he was just going on a normal journey. Didn't know what was going to happen. The guy's pulled over, locked him in the car, and he sat there thinking, "Let me the fuck out!" And he's blown the car up with him in it.
But have you seen the video?
What, of the car blowing up?
Yeah.
Was there a video?
Bro, it's been everywhere, you know.
I'm not. Oh shit.
He pulls. You see a front image of the hospital.
Where do I find it?
You'll find it on Twitter. I don't really know what to search, but the taxi pulls up to the hospital, right? And like literally as it stops, or just as it stops, it blows up.
Oh
and
shit.
then he gets out the car and like runs off, and like a guy grabs him. So everyone was saying,
I think it's been removed from Twitter.
Everyone was saying he's a hero in that.
Do you reckon it's on YouTube?
It'll be somewhere, mate. I've seen it before. I was going to put it in the chat, but I thought it's a bit bangers like. But I seen the thing saying his missus said that everyone's calling him a hero and he done this and done that. But the thing is, he's just lucky to be alive, and I don't actually know if he did it or not. It doesn't matter anyway, because the main thing, regardless of being a hero or not, is that guy's safety, and then the fact that nobody blew up the hospital. What happened was, bro.
I'm watching it now.
It happened, yeah.
I'm watching it now.
It happened at 1 minute past 11, right?
Interesting.
And the guy was on his way to a memorial service, right? But he was running late. So apparently, I think this is what happened. Apparently, he told the taxi driver,
Let's watch that, it's mad.
take me to the nearest hospital instead. So he was going to go in, his plan was to go inside the hospital, wait till 11:11 and set it off. But he didn't have time to get to the memorial thing because of like traffic and shit. So they diverted and went to the nearest hospital.
Sorry, so have I got it wrong? So it wasn't the taxi driver that blew it up?
It was the guy in the back, yeah, there was a guy in the back of it with a thing on. And he was going to go to a memorial service, but he was late. So he said to the guy, take me to the nearest hospital. So he drove to the hospital. And you see it as soon as they stop, it blows up.
So it was 11:11.
Unless it was too late. He was going to get out the taxi, go in the hospital, get somewhere, and then blow it up at 11:11. It was 1 minute past 11.
So I wonder why he did it early.
Because he either didn't do it earlier, yeah. Because the guy either clocked on, or maybe thought he didn't have time, and he just did it.
Fucking horrible bastard.
Horrible people, mate. People like that should not be put in prison.
They should just be hung.
Bang, should be shot, mate. Should be executed now.
100%.
And now he is. I sound like maybe an old guy, but it's true. Like taxpayers' money and shit. Like we now pay for him to be in prison for his life.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
You know what I mean? And it's just shit, man.
Oh, did he not die?
Oh shit! Yeah, he's dead. What the hell about?
I know, no, bro.
Blue.
No,
Yeah,
there is. You can even relate that to not even just terrorists, but sex offenders, all sorts of horrible people. And we're paying for them to live not scot free, but kind of is scot free.
The thing,
what I
thought was like, surely as a way of justice, maybe like if someone does get nicked like that, who does something so bad, on the inside, like they'll be dealt with. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
like these people, they're kept on separate wards and whatnot, or wings, should we say? But surely, like, I mean, don't want to say like corrupt the system, but if I was a police officer, or if I was a fucking warden, strange ways, and there was some absolute psychopath who like fucking stabbed loads of people, and I was like watching him, I'd just kick his head in, mate. Wouldn't even be asked.
Yeah, but there's certain rules and regulations, bro.
Yeah, I know, but why should, you know what I mean? Like, why should he deserve even a bed? And, to be
To be fair, like, when you put it like that, when you actually strip it down to, like, what a prison cell is, it's got a roof, it's being fed 3 times a day, he's got a bed, he's got a shower, he's got a toilet, and there's people living out there on the streets who have had serious issues and problems, yeah.
There's fucking people who've been in the army and that who come back to nothing. who then are forced to live on the streets. There's charities and stuff that helps them, but little things like that. And I'm not a preacher or anything like that. I'm not saying that, you do all this, but I'm pretty sure most people would agree with me. Like, it's just bollocks, man. Just shit.
Now 100%.
Bang out all the mongs in prison.
Yeah.
Facts.
Now on that cheerful note, I know exactly what you're going to say to this. And before you say it, I'm not going to say anything about love or women or girls or anything like that.
I'm waiting.
I listened to a podcast driving to work this morning, yeah, another Joe Rogan one. I'm into Joe Rogan at the minute again. And there was a guy called Travis. So shit with names, me. Travis Walton. Have you seen it?
Nope.
Apparently this guy, was abducted by aliens. Right? And I'm still on the fence whether I believe him or not. But there's loads of evidence to sort of support his argument that he was abducted by aliens in like 1975, I think it was years ago. They made a film on it as well called something like In the Fire, something, I forgot what it's called. But he basically claimed that he was out, like, I swear he was like out working in the woods or something in America, like really like remote America. And then like, they see this glow coming from the trees, they go and see it, they see this like fucking spacecraft just there. So he runs over to it, like his first initial instinct is to run over and see it. And he stood there, I said about 20 feet away. And then he wants to get cover because it started making some mad noise, hides in front of like a big log, and the next thing like a big beam of energy from the ship like shoots out so it can set off, but this energy's like banged him out, knocked him out. All of his mates have like done one. Next thing, they take him into the ship and he's woke up on a table surrounded by these like 3 little fucking green aliens. Apparently he's gone mad. But he said he was super weak and like pushed this alien. This alien went flying because it was like that was it. The aliens apparently were super weak. Went mad. Then they got out this room, and then another alien's come in but looks like a human. And sort of like settling. But anyway, he was abducted for 5 days and they dropped him off where they found him after they like sorted him out because apparently he was like in a bad way and he thinks that they made him better, and then they dropped him back down. But there's sort of like a theory saying that these ones that look like humans could be actual humans, but super in the future in like a parallel universe.
Okay. Do you want my opinion on that, or?
Yeah, I feel like I know what you're gonna say.
I could be an alien.
Could be.
Imagine if I was an alien and you had no fucking clue. I'd just fucking abduct you all the time, mate. Probe you and that. Bro, I'm sorry, yeah. How you know this guy weren't mashed up out his head, yeah?
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's why I say I don't.
Maybe he got knocked out by a wind, psychedelics out his head, was in an ambulance on his back, woke up, seen 3 people in green ambulances.
I know, but there's like 9.
Do you know what I mean?
There's 9 people that testified and said it was true.
Yeah, but they weren't in the fucking UFO with him.
But there's 9 people that was testified and said it's all true. Like 9 people, and these 9 people, apparently like. I'm just playing devil's advocate, I'm not saying I believe it. But there's like 9 people, that like aren't all friends, some of them dislike others. He said that one of the guys that testified was trying to sleep with, so the guy that happened to, his wife, one of his mates were trying to find her into a sort of thing. So like they were like serious, they were serious like thingies, like they didn't like each other. And they all testified and said, yeah, this happened, you know what I mean? And
I mean, that is a bit weird, like, I mean, the American, yeah. It doesn't surprise me. Because Americans are just mad.
And the way that he describes the thing, like he describes it in the exact same way that Bob Lazar described the ships that he worked on when he was working at Area 51. And like, apparently there's loads of different researchers out there and stuff that sort of like say the things that he's describing. Maybe he's just done extensive research into it himself, but like some of the things that he shouldn't know, he knows, which makes it a bit more justifiable.
Don't get me wrong, I think there could be aliens. I think aliens do exist. I think another life form does exist out in the galaxy because there's bare planets, there's bare different solar systems and shit. Like, surely there has to be there's another life form, isn't there?
But this Travis says that he doesn't believe that aliens are hostile. He thinks that they're actually nice, in terms of if they wanted to with the. I think this is a given. Like everyone knows this. Like if they really wanted to, like he describes it as land on the White House front lawn, and just cause havoc. They could, because of the next level fucking technology they've got. Because they could be millions of years in front of us. This stuff blows my mind, but.
Like the stereotype is, why does like, when I think of an alien, I think of like them little things you used to get. Remember in them little egg pods?
Yeah.
And they're like bad squishy and that, and you can pull them and that. Like so, I can think of like a big egghead. And like a little skinny little.
Yeah, this is why it sounds a bit like, oh, right, okay.
But why is that the perception of an alien?
Yeah.
Is that? I mean, like possible sightings probably look like them, but like who's decided that that's what they look like? Someone who's apparently seen it, but you can't.
It's Hollywood, isn't it, really, over the years?
Yeah, I guess so.
But, I don't know, like, he described them when he was in this ship. Apparently, he woke up in the stable and they were small, skinny, hairless, big heads, big eyes, green. That's what he described them as, and it's sort of, okay, yeah, obviously you did. Do you know what I mean? But then he just says some other shit like, things like, he's seen other sightings where he thinks that, he basically thinks, yeah, that aliens have, like, got a complete, he described it as, imagine you walk past an ant's nest, like, you wouldn't go out your way to destroy the ant's nest, you'd just sit there and go, oh, it's an ant's nest, like, these are little tiny things that have proposed, that show no threat, no nothingness, like, it's just an ant's nest, like, whatever.
I'd probably try to spit on it, mate.
Because you're a freak, that's why.
You know, like when you see ants, I don't want to sound bangers, like, I hope there's not any ant activists, but like when you see bare ants like running around that, I'm just like, trying to get one, and when the spit lands, and all the ants start running mad. That's what you go.
Yeah, but imagine how big that piece of spit looks to them.
And they're like, it's chaos, mate.
Yeah.
Continue.
But it's like you wouldn't. So maybe these aliens are like up in the sky and they're looking at us, and like they actually like examine and like the human race, and like they look at us and they go like this Travis guy says, Joe Rogan agrees with him. Like, for example, if an alien came and made contact with all this stupid equipment, yeah, the Americans would be like, because we're savages as a human race, everyone wants to kill everyone, in the grand scheme of things. It's all political, it's all war. The Americans are like, give me your technology so we can go blow up Russia, so we can go blow up North Korea. Like, the only way that the human race would want to use that sort of technology, if it does exist, would be for their own gain and for their own, so if America had all these mad technology and all these stupid things, they could literally knock on Russia's front door and say, this is ours, what are you going to do about it? What you going to do about it? Do you know what I mean? They could do, that's how they would use it. There's no way on earth the human race could sit down sensibly. They just did it at the fucking COP29 in Glasgow. They couldn't even agree on fucking climate change. They couldn't even agree on that, which is pathetic considering it's for everyone's own personal gain. So each nation is just bothered about themselves, and that's it.
Talking about climate change, yeah. So that if it was, I think COP29, I think you're right with that. Like, all countries couldn't agree to make like sustainable, like renewable energy and all this shit, right?
It was just China and Russia, I think.
Well, let's think of that, and like some Saudi states didn't agree to it. Because like, if you think about it, yeah, right. China makes bare money off doing that, like, you know, but like all these, like
they could do it sustainably though.
Yeah, but like, how long did that take? How much money are they going to lose doing that? Just trying to do it.
Like, I know, but it's
like oil digging and shit like that. Like, you know, these countries. Imagine saying to them, imagine you have a massive business, and you say to them, right, we want the world to be better in 100 years, 50 years, whatever. Yeah. So we're all going to be fucking renewable and all this shit. And let's say, for example, I don't know, Finland, who are like, who are already really renewable, like, yeah, fucking bang on, dead on board, we'll do it, great. But then you go to somewhere like, again, let's say China, who, like, one of the biggest polluters, like, arguably, maybe the biggest polluter.
You know, in China, yeah, there's some cities that are that polluted, they have to get a big, massive electric screen to show a sunrise to mimic the sun rising and setting, because you can't see the sun because it's that polluted.
Exactly, bro. And if you think about how bad that must be there, but then you say to them, like, why would we change this now when the people living in this day, a corporate business owner who has like, I don't know what type of emissions it is, but let's say the fucking fuel or something like that, yeah, and they just burn it or something like that, it's letting off in the air.
Fossil fuels.
Fossil fuel, yeah, let's say fossil fuels, alright, and they're burning something that emits these gases that's like fucks up the world. This guy's 50 years old, he's in charge, and they say, right, we all want to have greener air, we all want cleaner living, as everyone wants, but you say to him, stop doing what you're doing, make things more renewable, pay your own money, and everyone's going to be happy. He's going to say, no, why should I? This is my business, I'm making millions and millions of pounds. Fuck the world, I'm living now. I'm going to be dead in 50 years.
I know, but on the flip side you go, right, okay, if you don't make a difference, if you don't change the way your business works, ASAP, your business is going to be bankrupt in 10 years.
It's not though. It's not.
Or 50 years.
Not even 50 years.
The same 50 years, bro,
yeah,
until
exactly.
massive changes happen.
Exactly, this man's lifetime. Let's say if you're in charge, right? So he's not. What's the point in what's the point in this guy losing all this money making a difference when it's not going to mean fuck all to him? It might be his family.
I know, but it's looking at the bigger picture though.
Yeah, exactly. It is, bro. Don't get me wrong. I completely agree, and you should do it. But you need to look at it from a business perspective. These fucking people who are making all this money aren't suddenly going to go, you know what? Yeah, I'll just fucking stop, mate. I'll make half as much money fucking saving the world. They're not going to do it, bro. It's not going to happen. That's just how it is. That's why they won't ever be able to agree on it. Maybe countries, Britain's going to be fucking eco-friendly and all this shit in 50 years, but these other countries aren't going to do it. It's not going to happen. It isn't going to happen in our lifetime. Fact.
You just kind of have to hope that maybe the world changes the way in which it works, so these other countries are sort of forced into having to adopt the same sort of thing. So for example, say 75% of the world work in this way, everything's solar panelled, everything's electric, everything's green, there's a million gazillion trees in every fucking back garden and all that, and everything's all good. And maybe the whole economic structure of the entire globe changes and works in a certain way. Hopefully that will then force these other people's hands into having to adopt it. So if everyone's, I don't know, for example, if 1,000 people that are writing with blue pens, you kind of feel obliged to write with a blue pen if you're writing with a red one, if that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%. But like, even little things, mate, like, look at cars, man. Everyone's got a car. Cars that have fumes. That's just one little thing, right? If not everyone can get a Tesla, even in 20 years, we're not going to have electric cars. 50 years.
I think you'd be surprised.
I don't, mate.
I think you'd be surprised.
Do you think?
There's a lot of electric cars, even hybrids, bro. There's a lot now, you know, and they're making sick as fuck cars. Like, for example, I see a Mercedes, something or other. Even my dad's with hybrids, but I've seen loads. Like even like I swear, like I might be wrong here, but someone like Ferrari or one of the big hitters like that are doing electric cars now. Like, yeah,
of course they will be, but Mercedes, Ferrari, these are expensive cars. The general public won't be able to get these. They're not going to be accessible to them in so many years.
The way you see it is, but these other companies like Clio or fucking Vauxhall and stuff, they'll start doing it. Like, it will happen. I think it will happen. It will happen.
Yeah, I think it will. I just don't think it'll happen.
And oil's going to run out eventually anyway, so they need to make their fucking mind up.
And then everything's going to be fucked, mate. Trust me. The thing is, you can't force people to do anything. And if you was, which is actually what I was going to ask you, if you try and force these people in these countries, in this business to stop, then you're just going to cause chaos. And I was going to ask, do you reckon we will ever live in another world war?
I wouldn't be surprised.
You won't be surprised?
I think politics are too complex now in order to do it. For example, you can't get away with invading a country now.
Nah, can you fuck?
Unless it's fucking. But then again, it just happened in Syria.
Yeah, but I was going to say.
Was it Syria?
Was
it Syria?
Iran? Was it?
Oh no.
Afghanistan.
We're going to sound super fucking.
I think it's Afghanistan. Afghanistan was like, getting bad shit, wasn't it? That was really bad in Afghanistan.
That was super. Was it death for Afghanistan?
Yeah. There's a lady in my work who's from Afghanistan. It was really, really bad. She has a really bad time of it.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, so I think, for example, it happened in there. But I think, and that is unfortunately a third world country. Yeah, that again, it happened because the Brits stopped protecting it. But then that goes to show that the countries that do want to be invaded by the other, so a third world country invaded another third world country, that third world country wouldn't even think twice about doing it to a westernised country like an America or a Britain or a France or a Germany or somewhere like that.
For one, because they couldn't even get there, bro. You know what I mean? Like these people, it just wouldn't happen. Now.
I think if it ever would, this is my completely uneducated and rough guess. If it was ever going to happen, I think it would kick off between America and Russia or North Korea or something like that. Because especially Russia and North Korea, these are on their own thing, and they're just fucking nutcases. No one goes in, no one goes out really. Like, and you don't even know what Kim Jong-un's on and what fucking Putin's on and all these the fucking nutcases. Like, they're just unpredictable.
I thought if we were going to have a world war, it could have been someone with fucking Trump, me, because that guy was.
It wouldn't surprise me, but I don't think it would be a world war in what we know a world war as. I don't think we'd all be fucking. I don't think there'd be sirens going off in the street and all that.
No,
I just think fucking nukes would be being sent left, right, and centre.
I don't think we'd see out, me. I don't think we'd see anything. Only going to bomb us. Who's going to bomb us, man?
Who's to say that? Who's to say? Yeah, if it got that mad, because we're close allies with what France and America are our main ones, I think, right? And I don't know who else, but I know they're the main ones.
Yeah.
America mainly. So imagine America, yeah, fucking dive into a war with Russia or North Korea, for example, right? And then fucking Biden goes, fuck it, there's a nuke, bang. Next thing you know, Russia, bang.
That starts World War.
And then we go, well, the Americans go, and then, for example, I don't know, if someone backs Russia, I don't know, North Korea back Russia against America, then the Americans go, well, you got to back us now. And that's when it just gets out of hand and gets a bit fucked. But I think for an order now, in today's day and age, 21st century, 2021, nearly 2022, I think a nuke has to be sent off and fucking done something, or someone has to assassinate someone.
Yeah,
fucking
a big political.
Say like an American spy fucking snipers Putin out of nowhere and kills him or something like that. I think people are too. It wouldn't happen now because people know the consequences of what could happen and how long the rebuild was after the last World War. People have differences and stuff, but
there's still shit going on from World War, still from like even things like 9/11, like there's still hate from there, like Al Qaeda and all this shit, like the Taliban and that. These groups are still about, and I'm not just saying them, but like they just spring to mind. Like there's organisations all over the world that always want hate and shit like that. So
yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting discussion, to be fair.
we should get a World War specialist on. Talk about war and that.
Someone knows the shit. Because at school it fascinated me doing learning about World War II and stuff. Like
history. I fucking hate history.
I just found it super interesting.
My form teacher was a history teacher. I fucking hate.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I didn't like history, but when I learned about that specific topic about what happened and how people, and my granddad when I was younger used to take me to the Imperial War Museum in Salford.
Yeah.
It's well interesting. You know what? Yeah, I actually wouldn't mind going back to that again at some point because. You go in there, from what I remember is when I was super young, you go in there and you stand in this room and like all the walls tell a story about what happened and what people did, and you hear reports from older people, like people that were involved, like random civilians and stuff. It's mental, but...
That is fucked. Let's go, man. War museum tour.
Yeah, no, I'd do it, mate, 100%.
I might do it, yeah. A few drinks and that.
What, at the Imperial War Museum?
Yeah, let's get a bit lit. Oh dear. Right, that's a wrap, babe.
How long's that?
That's 50 minutes, baby.
Is it? Nice.
Yeah, we've just waffled on there for the last fucking 20.
Right, sick. Guys, thanks for watching. Trust us, there's some big things coming. We've got some things in the pipeline.
Just you fucking wait, mate.
Yeah.
Just you wait.
Collaborations with different podcasters on the way. Some couple guests coming. Maybe a couple episodes in a different setting. Different special episodes.
Getting ready for the festive season, man.
We're working.
We're always working. Bless all.
Bye.